In these card readings, I focus on connections and relationships because they are so important in showing us who we are and helping us to grow. In these readings, you can expect me to speak truth in kindness, as this is how we get to self-understanding. Show your support with a thumbs up and consider subscribing. You can find more info and links to help you on your journey in the description box once the live stream ends. Okay, so welcome to self-discovery support. Okay. All right, so today we are just doing a connections and relationships collective reading, and we are gonna just do a general vibe check, right? What's going on? All right, and I'm using today the Untamed Spirit Animal Oracle and the Dialogues playing cards set. Okay, all right, so let's see what is going on here. What are you dealing with in the collective? All right. And this is to do with your person, your situation, okay? They come up as the owl, okay? For the collective, what else? Uniqueness and freedom in your situation, okay? Oh, so many. Okay, please just give me one more. Just one more. All right, so we have the salmon, okay, and that's life cycle. All right, so we're gonna find out what this is about now. Interesting thing, okay, we have two water creatures and one air creature. All right, so there could be a strong like water component in this connection for you, which is like emotions, and also there could be some kind of thought, communication, intuition type of energy first. All right, and because these are at the end, it feels like there's a lot of emotions, right? Because there's two, a lot of feelings, but also somebody could be learning from those feelings, okay, in your connection. All right, let's see what this is about. Tell us about this all energy. All right, I think that what we have here is somebody who this is clearly like new connection type of thing. So there is somebody that is staying quiet, it feels like, but it's like on their mind is this like new start, new connecting again here. Somebody maybe wanting to be stable. And if I think about this card, you know, this person could be thinking about the times that you had before, somewhere that had some kind of special meaning for both of you, okay? And let's see what this narwhal energy is about. Okay, so we do have somebody that's like gaining some kind of clarity. It's like after I've been thinking about things, now it's like, okay, how do I have that new beginning? It's like this person has felt like, okay, I know I want a new beginning. Maybe this is somebody that you're not quite talking to right now because there's that silence energy, but the separation or the time apart has allowed them to gain some kind of wisdom, some kind of knowing of what they want. And it feels now like, all right, the big thing for them is like, okay, how do I go forward with this truth with my person here? Now, if I look at this Ace of Spades, this person is maybe wanting to, of course, think about something that's going to put the ball in their court, because it's like, what is something you're secretly really good at? I am very curious about what this person feels this is. Okay. You know, your person here, collective, they could be just like really worried because they want, it feels to me like I want to have a good, I want to make a good impression on you. And so it feels like racking their brain, like, okay, how can I do this connection thing? How can I even like, how do I ask this person on a date type of energy is here, trying to figure out how that would work. After this separation, how do I communicate as well with this Ace of Spades? And with this uniqueness energy here, it's like this person's wanting to make sure that they stand out. They're wanting to make sure that you see them as special, right? Because it's like making the good impression. And what are they coming up with so far? Okay, they just, it's like the main thing is they want to show you that they can reciprocate the energy. And so they're thinking like, how do I do that? How do I show that? You know, this person's, it's almost like they have identified that this Six of Diamonds is the key. It's like, this is a thing that I know my collective wants to see. And how do I do that? Thinking about like, okay, in this new start with collective, I have to make sure that that's at the front, because it's like they feel like they didn't do that before, right? Five of Spades. Before, this person could have actually, you know, you could have actually collective had a kind of experience with this person that might have triggered you or turned you off in a certain way, because this Five of Spades can talk about like somebody rejecting you and moving on, somebody sabotaging this and moving on, somebody showing you that like they're greater or there's some kind of struggle in making this work, and they're like making that difficult for you to connect to them. And so now, okay, if that's the energy here, I think your person's mindful that, and with the Seven of Spades, okay, yeah, there's a whole background collective to this situation where you could have felt like this person moved on and did so in a kind of sneaky way. They did so in a way that was also meant to make you feel rejected. So I want to know, okay, let's go back to here. Why are they at this point of wanting to connect then if they moved on? Okay, this is somebody that's just saying like it feels like they're realizing that there is actually a lot that was left unsaid, and maybe realizing the truth of their emotions, which is feeling like they want to express that you are the person here. It says there's something about you, because this talks about like sharing wisdom that made a lasting impression on you. And it's feeling like there's something about you that even once they'd moved on, you made an impression on this person. Now, for those of you listening, this could be like flipped back and forth. You could feel like this is you thinking about somebody else, or this could be vice versa, right? This could be your person thinking about you. Put it where it needs to. But you know, the thing here is that it feels like your person, as I was saying at the beginning of the reading, there's a lot of emotion, and it's like, no, there's all this emotion. It's really interesting because this person used all this like mental energy to like figure out and strategize how to move on from you. But now there's all this like heart energy, which is okay, I'm feeling things now. Isn't that funny when you see that happen like that? Like somebody does all of those things to try to move on from you, but then finding out, oh, actually, I miss my person. Actually, they are the person that I think would be best suited to me, and they are the person I want to pursue. Yeah, isn't that like interesting? I always find these readings interesting when that happens like that. Human behavior is so interesting. All right, so let's find out about this salmon energy here. All right, we do have a Queen of Wands, Seven of Hearts. Okay, I feel like I need more on that. All right, okay. Listen, I think we're getting to the meat of the matter here with your person. It feels like you are dealing with somebody here, collective, that they were, okay, how to say? It's like they could have had a way of approaching their relationships that was more about, like, let's say variety options, going for the hot girl or the hot guy type of thing, right? That's what they were more interested in, like how many people I could be with. It's a kind of player's energy, and also I feel it's a kind of like maybe like immature approach to dating. It's like it's just about like how many quantity, how many notches on my belt, rather than, like let's try to work together with somebody to figure out how to make a relationship work. It's just like a different thing. This way that they were using before was more like, it's more like facade, like how am I gonna appear to people? What can I talk about? Like maybe with my friends, right? I get that kind of street cred or something like that. But this way of like trying to work something out with somebody, to kind of like learn how to build a relationship, is maybe they felt they weren't ready for that. Maybe they felt that that's too boring or mature, or it's just not what they wanted to do right now. And there's something here about tell a story of a time you got in trouble as a kid. And I kind of feel like maybe what happened with you guys is that you had words for them. Collective, you probably said some things to this person about the way they were approaching a situation with you. So it's almost like while they were doing this, they were trying to work something out here with you, but you had some words for them, and I kind of think it stung them because it made them feel like, almost like you're like, it reminded them of like mother and child, like a stern mom talking to them, and I don't think they like that. And I think that that is what was behind, them wanting to keep having the other options, but also them wanting to move ahead, as we saw before. This person felt that, like, based on what happened with you and them, they felt like they needed to secure their bases. So they weren't happy with what the outcome of that with you. And I'm just telling you, like, what they're showing here. And it felt like they needed to just like retreat to feel more secure in themselves. So if you are like and wondering why you guys had an ending, that was partly why. Okay, I want to see what you guys could have said to them if you relate to being this queen of spades. What did you say to them? Okay, I think you were more like, I want something stable. I want something firm. I want something that is bankable. And Yeah, it's like you don't want to have. I think you did that. I think you're asking for like stability or commitment because you have experiences in the past that you didn't want to repeat a cycle, and that is actually what we have here. This is more about you not wanting to repeat a cycle, and you could see that happening. It's almost like, well, you do show up as the Queen of Spades, which means that there's a certain type of wisdom that you carry. So it's like you have a wisdom about what you want and don't want in your life. And you could see that that would be a cycle again with this person. And so I think you were like, no, I just know that I want a relationship, or I want some kind of stability wherever it is that you were at. And you know why you asked for that. You definitely know why. What was your person's response to that? Yeah, your person was very resistant to that. They didn't want that at all. What did they want with you? They were just very defensive. It feels like your person just had a wall up to. It's more for them like they needed to. I think your person could have an attitude in relationships, or with you at least, where it was like, I need to focus on being seen. I need to have you acknowledge that I am somehow like in charge here, or greater than this. Like, in other words, it's like, I don't want you to tell me what needs to happen. It's a kind of energy like that. And okay, so it's like an ego-y energy, and there could be some kind of maturity level difference that I'm seeing here between the two of you. And also like what you want in life. It feels like two people that are at two different stages in life. All right, what's the potential here? Like, I want advice for you guys. If you relate to this Queen of Spades energy, the person that like knew what you wanted, had boundaries, the advice here is, okay, it feels like could you could, if this person is showing you behaviors that are reformed, it feels like, or behaviors that seem more like what you want. And you don't actually need to do anything, you don't need to say anything. It's more about just allowing them, it feels like, the time to process, mature, want what you want, type of thing. You could allow that to happen if you want that, right? There's a possibility here if you want that. Now, if your person shows up as, they actually don't come out on the board here. Okay, what's the advice if you are the person that we've been talking about here, where you feel like you were more interested in exploring options, and you now are at the point where you're like, okay, I think I want to reconnect with my person. What's the advice for you? Okay, two. Okay, so the advice for you is actually to take some time to recover from, if you have been through something like heartbreak, because sometimes it's heartbreak that can cause these behaviors that we're seeing, right? Like non-committal, player type energy, pushing away, like rejection, that type of thing. Sometimes it's like unprocessed heartbreak that is causing you to act in these ways. And so it's like you do need to recover from that, and before you have a new start, right? You don't want to carry that again into your next relationship, even if you're feeling the drive to connect to somebody here. Don't let your anxiety rule you, and just take the time, because it's going to mean that it's going to be a better experience the next time. All right, so now through the cards, we do have like Libra, Virgo energy, and there is Aries, Leo energy, but I feel like this is not either of you. I feel like this is somebody else outside of the connection or the options. Your person could have Virgo in their chart. But let's draw the charms, okay? And see who is here in this reading. If you enjoyed this reading so far, please do give a thumbs up and of course subscribe for more. All right, so who? Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo, Aries. Okay. This is Taurus. And this is Cancer. One more. Okay. Libra. All right, so these could be the signs in you or your person's sun, moon, rising, or Venus. And maybe even North Node. Maybe one of these is North Node for your person as well, because they're going through some kind of elevation, it looks like. Okay, so this was the reading. Take care, and I'm wishing you all the best. And come back for another reading, okay? Take care.